Let's turn your wedding ceremony dance photos from this to this. That one looks way better. My photographer friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a small break from our linear lesson videos that we've been focusing on, and we're going to start a new series focused on wedding photography. Today's video is going to be about shooting and lighting your dance photos at the wedding reception. Okay, so if you are a wedding photographer or you're aspiring to become one of the most special moments you can capture from the day is the first dance, or the dad and daughter, the mom and son. And then on top of this, some of the most awesome photographs taken from a wedding happen when the rest of the guests flood the dance floor after a few shots of liquid courage to show off their boss dance moves. Now, a lot of the time, the essence and excitement from these moments can be kind of hard to capture, especially if you don't know how to light or frame the floor properly. Let me give you guys a few tips and pointers on how to capture these moments so that you can get photographs that look like this. Okay, so right when you get to the reception hall, and just a quick side note, you should be trying to get there a little early so you can photograph the reception hall unoccupied before any guests are in there. But what you need to do when you're there is locate the dance floor, find out where all these dances are happening, where the guests are going to be sitting, and then place your flashes accordingly. Wait, flashes? What flashes? That's right, you're going to need some external lighting to make these shots really come alive. Now, I use the Nikon SB5000. These puppies are a little outdated, but they get the job done. If you want the best of the best on the market right now, you can check out the Nikon 4814 SB500, the SB900, or if you're not stuck on using Nikon, you could check out the Godox V860. But if you're like me, you can't afford to buy a new flash every time one comes out. So I stick with these guys, and they're great. Now, I would suggest having 3 of these, 2 at the bare minimum. Plus, you're going to need some stands so that you can adjust the location and the height accordingly. Next, you're going to need some triggers or remotes for your flashes. Now, I use the Pocket Wizard Plus 3. Again, you don't have to use this model, but these ones are excellent. I've never had a problem with them. And basically what you want to do is you want to have one of these suckers at the top of your camera, and then you're going to have them attached as well to your external flashes, 1 trigger for every external flash. And what that's going to do is when you take a photograph, it's going to trigger all the flashes based on which channel you have them set to. Now, another thing you can do is you can actually put a flash directly on your camera to use them as triggers as well for the rest of the flashes. But personally, I try to avoid putting any flash on my camera because I find when you're taking a photo and you have flash directly in front of your subject, I think it can create a bit of a nasty shadow, as well as it kind of kills any ambient light that you have working for you. And another thing to note, if you're finding that your flashes are going off when you're not taking a photo, take a look around and see if there's any guests using another DSLR, especially if they have a flash. It might actually be interfering with your flashes, causing yours to go off. You might need to change your channels, or better yet, walk over to that person and kindly ask them to not take photos with that camera, or at least take the flash off, and ensure them that you know what you're doing and you're going to capture some great shots. Now, I'm going to assume you know what you're doing with flashes and triggers and that you know how to use them. So I'm not going to go too in depth with that right now, but I will do a video later going more in depth with speed lights and external flashes, triggers, that sort of thing. As far as flash placement, have a look at this graph. Now, generally, for the most part, I'm going to shoot towards the majority of guests. I'm going to have the bride and groom or whoever's dancing in between us, and I'm going to set 2 flashes kind of in the midst of the guests, 1 to the left and 1 to the right. And if you're finding that your subject is still a little underexposed, you can always put another flash behind you to the left or to the right, or you could always resort to using on-camera flash. Just make sure you're using a diffuser of some sort. Magmod does a really great one. And make sure you're not overexposing your subjects and blowing out all the ambient lighting. Okay, you're well on the way in the reception, and everyone's eaten, and Uncle Jim had a few too many highballs and gave his inappropriate speech, and you're ready for the scheduled dances. These are usually very important to the bride and the groom and the family, so make sure you're getting some really good shots. But please do not shoot the entire time. Like I said, this is a very intimate moment. And if you have an entire room of flashes going off the entire time, bam, 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 you're going to ruin that experience. So take a few shots, make sure you get those Kodak moments, you know, the kiss, the spin, the laugh, and then stop taking photos. Get a variety of shots, get nice and low, even lay on the ground if you have to. Those shots are often very dramatic and exciting. And also back up and use a wide angle to get the entire room, or get some nice close-ups of the bride's face laughing or crying. It's beautiful. And create some depth of field by shooting through your guests or through your environment as well. Okay, so the formal shots are finished. The guests have all flooded to the floor, and it's time to take some party shots. Now, this is really exciting stuff. You can get some really cool photos here, but the whole idea is this is a party. This is a celebration, and it's your job to capture that celebration. So don't just stand off to the side awkwardly with your camera in front of your face the whole time. Get on the dance floor, get excited, dance, laugh with the guests. I promise you that if you're sweating by the end of this, you're gonna get way better and more exciting shots. Plus, who doesn't like to get up and dance at a wedding reception? Oh, you don't? Oh, yeah, no, me neither. Nope. Okay, to light the dance floor, check out this graph. Try to light up the dance floor in a way that no matter where you're taking the shot from, you're gonna have that external flash in the background of every shot. Take shots from down low, hold the camera in the air to get shots overhead, and just keep shooting. If you see some guests off to the side that are kind of like, you know, yeah, this is fun, I'm dancing, but they're not like dancing, just get that camera in their face. You're gonna get some awesome laughs, or you're gonna encourage them to get in the party. It's the nicest way of saying like, yo, what are you doing? Go party. The most important part about capturing this portion of the wedding is to make it look as exciting as possible. And the best way to do that is to have fun yourself. If you want to see how I edit some of these photos, you can catch me live on Twitch every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, where I'll edit photos and we do a Q&A. It's a ton of fun. I hope to see you guys there as well. Don't forget to check out my tutorial playlist. It's right here. And until next time, happy shooting.